Shout it, Benny, go on. Orange. Right, Ben. Orange. Okay, then. Orange. History and part of the club.
Yeah, totally. I mean, you're right, and obviously. Consider the inconsistency in team selection still.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the West Ham Network. Zouma is in, our second senior summer signing still. How are you feeling?
Feeling really good. I think it's been quite a protracted, if that's the right word to use, transfer process in getting the player in. We've jumped from Milenkovic to Zouma to Milenkovic to Zouma. And then we had all the fun and the fun of the medical shades of Ben Rama this time last year, where out of the blue, all of a sudden, right at the last minute, we're told that there's a complication, and we're through that now as well. And with all honesty, and no disrespect to the players that were out on the pitch yesterday against Crystal Palace. It's a good move, and it's a move that it's funny because you and I were talking about the players that we need or the positions that we need at the beginning of the transfer window, and I think we kind of agreed. As much as we know we need players up front, midfield, and all that sort of stuff, I think you and I kind of agreed that if there's got to be anywhere to start, it's got to be defence. And ironically, he's got a keeper in, and he's got a defender in, and they're both very, very good players.
Absolutely. So Zouma is 26 years old. I know we are going to play a video in a second. Central defender has joined West Ham for what we believe to be around £29 million.
Well, that's the other interesting thing, isn't it? Because we kept being told 25 million, 25 mil. It's 30 million. Yeah. A few £100,000 short of 30 million. That, I mean, we did say the days of West Ham signing a player over 25 million are probably gone, and here we are, signing a defender for nearly 30 mil.
Well, I tell you what, though, he's accumulated 2 Premier League titles, 1 Champions League winners' medal, 1 EFL Cup winners' medal during a 7-year career at Chelsea. He's also got 8 caps for the French national side. So we've obviously signed someone that we know ourselves still as well. Like, Zouma's got a lot of Premier League experience. And if we take a little cheeky look here, what David Moyes says about Zouma when West Ham obviously signed him, he said, "I'm delighted to welcome Kirk to West Ham United. He is a player we have tracked for some time, and we've taken great care and diligence to make the transfer happen. He was always our first choice, and I'm very happy that he is now our player. Kirk will join a squad full of players who are hungry and ambitious. He'll provide competition to our squad. He's a strong, powerful player with great experience in the Premier League, while he is also at a good age for a centre-back. Kirk has enjoyed great success at Chelsea, and I can see that he is determined to continue being successful here at the London Stadium. Myself, the coaching staff and players are all looking forward to working with him, and we wish him all the very best in his career with us." So he states very clearly, whether or not you want to believe it, that he has always been the first choice centre-back.
Well, we know that we made a play for him last season, didn't we? And he turned us down, or it didn't happen. Let's not say he turned us down. It just didn't happen. He was one of the few players. I mean, Tarkowski was in the frame last year. We believed that Zouma was, and whilst other rumours kept coming and going, the Zouma one kind of went quiet until this summer. But he was one of the first centre backs that I believe we were linked to. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's been so many players that we've been linked to, and we have tried to qualify what's a real link and what's an actual just an inquiry. And the Zouma one kept bouncing back, didn't it? And so why not? Why would I disbelieve Moyes in saying that he was always our number one target. I think he was certainly our number one target this summer. It was clear that Tarkowski was number one last summer, but we have moved on. And it's great. And what Moyes said about, I mean, he is the right 26 years of age. You know, we're now beginning to sign players who, interestingly, Zouma is at the, no, I wouldn't say he's at the prime of his career, but he's certainly up there, and he's only 26. Whereas in the past, we've signed players who in the prime of their careers, and they were 28, 29, 30, etc. So it's refreshing, isn't it? And the diligence, David Moyes, the diligence, get that diligence done a bit quicker and make us all relax a bit, mate. Because great that there is diligence being done in the transfers, but goodness me, it really does take it out of us as fans.
I mean, we are going to go in depth about Zouma, and we're going to make it a reasonably quick video and just let you know a bit about his history and what he could bring to West Ham. But I already see people in the chat saying, why didn't Chelsea want to keep him? This is from D.A. Crossman. You know, my evaluation of Chelsea is that they do have a bit of a revolving door at the club. They do like to change things, and you know, they are very active in the transfer market. They change managers on a regular occasion, and they've just changed from Frank Lampard to Tuchel, and he may just not fancy Zouma and the style of play that they currently play. So I don't look into anything like that. But let's not forget something here. West Ham haven't just taken Zouma. West Ham have had to pay a reasonable fee to bring Zouma.
A reasonable fee, 30 million is
for the club is a lot of money. Yeah, and
I know we've, you know, under the Pellegrini era, 30 million was a snip for Reece. Not the weather for it, mate. I know 30 million under Pellegrini was a snip for a player, but now, to be honest with you, 30 million. I'm actually when it was 25, I was like, yeah, all right. And then when we heard last night that it was 30 million, I did kind of wince a little bit and go, wow, that is. But then he's got Premier League experience. You pay for that. You know, he's young, 26 years of age. You pay for that.
And to be honest, you're right there. You do pay for that because the Premier League experience could be the difference of about £5 million. Because you have to rely. If you think about, and I mean, it's tough to do these comparisons, but if you think about how long it may take someone like Diop to settle into the Premier League, and people, depending on if you like Diop, etc. But in theory, you would expect Zouma to hit the ground running. He's obviously been training with Chelsea through pre-season. He's been selected for the French international squad. So he's a defender that's ready to rock and roll, but knows the league, so he doesn't have to upheaval. There's no upheaval. He's living in London, so he doesn't have to do something so drastic in his life. His family are all in London, so it's if Moyes wants him as his number one target, brought him in, then fingers crossed it makes a big difference. The interesting thing's going to be where he fits in to the starting 11 as well.
I think it's a no-brainer, mate. You know, I don't want to. I mean, look at Mark's comment and kind of hits the nail on the head here. Thank God we got Zouma. Never had confidence in Dawson. Don't think it was ever meant to be first choice. And then he goes on about two more to follow, Origi and Lingard. And with the greatest of respect to Craig Dawson, you know, he got turned. I mean, you know, great turn by Gallagher for the second goal, but he got kind of turned pretty easily in the box.
I think what we can really see though, central defence is going to be until we find the right partnership there, is going to be a problem that we need to resolve because of the ageing central defenders. But fingers crossed, bringing the likes of Zouma, 26, adding that to the likes of Diop, and through time maybe some of the younger lads. Like what's really good to see is Baptiste is on the bench every squad day right now. So hopefully there's going to be a bedding in process for that. Interestingly,
I know you know, you always say that you don't think Diop and Ogbonna can play in the central defence together, but I just wonder if Diop and Zouma can play as a defensive partnership, and it may be that's the future. You know, because Ogbonna, 34 years of age, last year of his contract. Got a feeling we might offer him an extension. But even if we offer him an extension, he'll be back up after. I mean, not that he's gotten any worse, because let's not deny it. He had to work double hard yesterday in that game. I like Dawson. I respect Dawson for what he's done and proved us all wrong. But I got that sneaky feeling that we're now beginning to see the Craig Dawson of Watford rather than the Craig Dawson of his early West Ham career. And it may be with Ogbonna being the age he is, he'll be offered a year's extension as a backup, and you might well see Diop and Zouma as the central mid defensive partnership going forward. Might be. Might be wrong.
Let's go see what Kurt says about signing for West Ham. He says, "I'm very happy and very proud. My conversation with the manager went very fast. I just felt like he really wanted me to come and join the team, especially a good team that started the season very, very well. With the great season that West Ham had last year, that gave the team a lot of confidence to improve this year, and I want to help the team do that." I mean, this guy they gave his family gave him the middle name Happy. But apparently he is. Still's just gone. Apparently, he is a player that is very, very, very loud and vibrant in the changing room. He's exciting. He knows motivation. He's very motivational in the changing room. So this is going to be a player that's going to add something to the squad. We all know Moyes wants that unity between the squad, the players, they all get on well with each other. And I can't help but think Zouma is just going to embrace that and probably raise the West Ham family to a better catapult,
And here's where you start understanding when Moyes says, I'm not just going to bring any player into the squad. And as much as we as fans get frustrated in hearing that and going, but can't you see we all need strength in depth. And Moyes even said it after the game, didn't he? He even said, in terms of squad depth, he knows himself. He will not go out and just get any player just to appease the fans, etc. And it's quite interesting. The whole Milenkovic saga. If that teaches us anything in terms of how Moyes thinks, from what we understand. With all the stuff about the agent fees, etc., there was a suggestion that Moyes kind of pulled the plug on that because I think he got a little bit I don't want to say fed up, but I think I think in his mind Milenkovic was beginning to show he's not the type of character that Moyes wanted in the squad, because of all this stuff. There was one rumor that Moyes got fed up with it because he reckons if Milenkovic really wanted to come, he would have helped to push that deal through. I don't know how true that is. Yeah. Whereas with Zouma, you could see, you just said he's a character. He's going to build that, he's going to be in that squad. He's going to be vocal. He's going to become. You can actually see Zouma becoming part of that West Ham family squad.
You could see him being that cult hero type player. If he comes in and he performs really well, he's going to be a player that fans will love. He's going to be that player that brings and helps secure that that fan player interaction. He gives that vibe off very much so, and I think it's going to be great. Shall we take a look and see what his history his path of football, professional football? Check out this video, guys. we go. So good career, panning several years, but he's a lot, like we said, a lot of Premier League experience between his Chelsea career, his loans out at Everton, as we can see here.
Yeah.
Back in 2018 for a season, 36 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. I mean, he does chip in with a lot of goals still, doesn't he, for a centre-half?
Well, centre-halves, you know, in set pieces are always good to chip in a goal or two. So brilliant. That's great.
Yeah.
And with the style of play that we have, although, you know, our crossing left a lot to be desired yesterday, but in general, with the style of play we have, with the likes of Soufal on one side and Creswell on the other, you know, with corners and Bowen chipping in on corners, etc. Who knows? You might see Zouma scoring 4 or 5 goals for West Ham this season, and why not? Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Then he spent some time at Stoke season before, 37 appearances, 1 goal. Again, more Premier League experience, and in his whole career with Chelsea is 151 appearances, 10 goals and 6 assists. Not bad again for a centre-half.
Not bad for a centre-half to assist in 6 goals. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. He is a French international, like we have said. Made his debut back in 2015. He's made 8 appearances.
And he's made the latest squad as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But this one here, his honours: Champions League winner, Premier League champion twice, League Cup winner once, French League Cup winner with Saint Etienne. So yeah, we've got Zouma in. He's buzzing. He's happy. We've spent some money. We've got an outfield player in. We're now not the only Premier League club not to sign an outfield player. We've brought in 2 players. One is a permanent signing. One is a loan with an option to bring in. But like you said, still, that's our goalkeeper covered. That's our defender covered. Where do we start to work our way to right now? Have we got some news? Have we got some exciting news? Have we got any news? What have we got?
Well, our understanding is Lingard is definitely on his way, and I know people have heard that before, but and I know we've speculated and so on and so forth. And you know what I always keep saying: don't believe everything you see or hear. But we know that Lingard has been the prime target for David Moyes throughout the whole summer. He's, you know, Stuart Pearce has alluded to it. Darren Randolph has been messaging him on his Instagram account or whatever it is that they're on. Even David Moyes has come out and said, you know, I want him back and so on and so forth. But we understand that it's gone beyond just wanting him. We believe that announcement will be made very, very soon. Don't take my word for it, because we always say, you know, never say never or never say definite. But that's our understanding. That
something else landed on the lap last night. On our lap last night that I never really put out to you, but I'm going to mention his name. I'm just going to see what you think. Vlasic. Well,
here we go, because that will help to sort of go through one or two of the comments that we've got here. So apologies. Let's address this one first, because I'm going to find it in a minute. Daniela, no issue with Lingard coming back. As soon as Man United don't worry, Declan ain't going anywhere. Like we keep saying, it might happen next summer, but not this one. Wolf, afternoon to you as well. Thoughts on Vlasic now being close as well? Well, would we get both Vlasic and Lingard? Now I can understand why Moyes hasn't spent any money, because we needed to find out how much it was going to cost to buy Zouma. Now that we know that our budget is give or take 45-oddish million, then I think Lingard will come in for about 15, and we might do a cheeky bid for Vlasic. But would we get 2 attacking midfielders rather than an attacking midfielder and a striker?
Well, if we did go for the attacking, if we went for attacking midfielders, it just shows what style of play Moyes will want to do.
Yeah,
and there's no harm in that style of play still, because it suits West Ham under the current remit that we've got. What we've got. If you think about the game yesterday, if you think about the Antonio, the Fornals goal, the whole build-up play between the Fornals goal was nothing to do with your out-and-out number 9. Even Antonio, even though he set it up, it wasn't an out-and-out number 9 goal. It was absolutely everything that we never really see at West Ham.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was watching the game, obviously I know you were there, and I kept saying to my dad, how many times did they pass the ball to each other?
Yeah,
you know, Benrahma, it was a beautiful ball from outside his foot. Antonio was diving in. And the old Antonio would have shot.
Yeah,
He would have shot,
and it would
but
have gone into row Z.
he cut back and he played a 1-2 with Fornals twice.
Yeah, yeah.
Twice.
I know.
It was brilliant.
We
so
were
that's
all
the style of footballer. Yeah.
So here Luke's asking, so Lingard or Vlasic, why not both? I don't know. I don't think it will be both. But what do you think? Do you think we'll go for a cheeky loan, because Vlasic has still got a couple of years left on his contract? Do you think it will be Lingard on a permanent, Vlasic on a loan deal, loan to buy, and that will be it?
If you look on media, not social media, if you look at media outlets and look at some of the reporters, not that I believe them all, I mean, there's one in particular that's reporting that it's really close to getting Vlasic over the line, but I'm not so sure. Because if you're hearing Holozic, Vlasic, and Lingard, really, if you even remotely consider bringing those three people in and getting those three people in alongside Zouma and Areola, then everyone that's moaned for the last week would need to just come. But I'm just saying, like,
window.
but obviously that's us just. There's no facts. It's just imagine. It's the fact that now we're getting to the nitty gritty. Well, how many more days till the transfer window finishes? 2 or 3?
Well, what's it?
3?
20? Well, 1. 31st.
31st, yeah. So we've got 2 more days. So we're going to be. I mean, my phone is going. Honestly, like, people are texting me right now.
ITK.
No. But I'm only telling you information that's passed to me. So
yeah.
And fair play, because with fascinating dealing, or maybe due to not getting I don't know. It's all a bit confusing. But Vlasic is all over the place just now. So we'll see. It's going to be an exciting couple of days still. I don't doubt that for a second.
I think it looks like Lingard's a definite, and I think we'll get another surprise, is what I think. But it will be a loan. And Moyes has said, I'm looking at the loan market. And as we've always said, I don't mind loan market so long as the loans are the right loans. So nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Could it be Vlasic? I just don't know.
Can I also remind people of, if we take ourselves back 3 or 4 days ago, Zouma was on, Zouma was off, Zouma was on, Zouma was off. We signed Zouma. So we have to be mindful of what, and I get that. Like, we're on, as Stel said, we're on the understanding that we think Lingard will be done. Then you're looking all over social media and it's like Vlasic, Holozic, and Lingard. So, how amazing would it be? Like you said, Stel, we bring them all in.
I can see it. Lingard is for me, Lingard seems to be a dead cert. And like I said, we needed to know how much we were spending on Zouma. And now that Moyes knows how much he's got left, it'll be Lingard. And we've always said Lingard's going to be...
Okay, so Sky Sports right now have put breaking news on, saying that West Ham have agreed a £25 million deal for CSKA Moscow and Croatia attacking midfielder Vlasic. So Sky Sports just put that on. Yeah, I know.
Well, that's a surprise. Does that mean Lingard's not coming then? Now that I've just said Lingard is on his way, definitely.
Vlasic looks like he could be the man. Nikola Vlasic.
You know what I'm going to do, don't you?
He sent in a message straight away.
Yeah.
Reese, listen, while Stel's doing that, have I ever told anyone the time I'm out about where I was in Marbella and I was at the beach and I seen Zouma? If you do want me to, I'll go through the story for you right now if you want. So once upon a time, I took my family to... I won't do it, but I love...
Forget it. He's not going through that again. Bloody story about him meeting Zouma in bloody Marbella. Sorry, Anton, you were saying?
No, I'm just laughing at the fact of how crazy this stuff can be when you're on live. That it gets to the interesting time of the season. Listen, while we're at it as well, the window stops at when? When does it stop?
Midnight tomorrow, I think. I think it's
not tomorrow. It's not tomorrow.
31st, mate. 31st.
Yeah, but today's the 29th.
No, today is the 3rd.
No, it's not. It's the 29th.
Today's the 29th. My watch is saying the 30th. Oh, no. Bloody cheap rubbish. My watch is saying the 30th. Why's my watch saying the 30th?
Oh, my word. Yeah.
Yeah, 29th. Yeah, so 2 more days to go. Sorry, let's go through a few comments. Trying to really want more. We really want more. Looks like we're going to get more. Reese is saying Vlasic. Vinay, here's an interesting one. I think Areola should start in goal. Nothing against Fab. It's done fine, but the defence needs a reset. Fabianski didn't have his best of games yesterday, did he? He flapped a little bit, didn't he? Hello?
Sorry, say that again. I'm reading more news. Honestly, there's loads of stuff. As you can imagine, when you hear things, people start to go wild. And what I'm really trying to not do is be the 16-year-old boy who had access to transfer rumours and get carried away. I'm trying my best not to. I'm trying my best to just remain level-headed. So it's really tough when this sort of stuff starts to happen. So yeah, but I mean, there's quite a few people saying the Vlasic now. So I think that is going to be.
What does that say about Lingard then?
It could be Lingard
maybe.
as well.
I can't believe that they'll buy both.
But why would they not?
25, 35, 40, 50, 60. That's a £70 million spend in the market.
You're talking about three. You're talking about two further quality forward-thinking players.
Martin, here ideal time to say, do you think Sullivan was lying about how much money you have to spend? Well, if we end up spending 70 million, he definitely was lying.
But Martin, I have to say something on that. I have to say something on that, though, because, you know, we've not actually heard it from the horse's mouth.
No, we haven't.
We've only ever heard it from Jim White. We've only ever heard it from other sources that whatever report at the start of the season, it's 80, then it's 40, then it's 50, then it's 60. On a serious note, if you're watching right now, you put in the comments how much you thought West Ham's budget was.
Yeah,
and let's see the difference. Yeah. Let's see the difference in what everyone puts in.
Mark's got a good point. With the links, my money was on Johnston, Tarkowski, Lingard and Abraham. How wrong can the papers be and suck people like me in? And it's exactly that, Mark. That's why we always say never believe everything you read or hear, because you're absolutely right. You know, at one point I would have said, just like you, that those four players were the most likeliest to have been the players that we would have signed. So absolutely. Bernie, you cannot get a really quality player without paying 30 million plus, and if you're going for a striker, you need 40 to 50. Times have moved on. You got a really good point. I'm scrolling down while you try and get the latest news. Arsenal paid 50 million for Ben White. Well, we won't go there, will we? But will we? Bottom of the league, no goals scored. Anyway, Tony, who says it was 30 million? Neither CFC or West Ham have said it. It's undisclosed, maybe 30 million euros. Good point. I think it is 30 million pounds is what we believe. Nathan, there we go. Breaking West Ham close sealing a 30 million pound deal for playmaker Nikola Vlasic.
Kent's put on here. We could sign Vlasic and Lingard because Moyes likes playing with a fluid front line, and I agree.
It does, yeah.
But look at this just very quickly. 50 million, 45 to 50, 60 million, 40 plus 20 million for Haller, 60 million, 35 million. I thought 45 million. So this shows you the difference between what people we're thinking out there.
Let's scroll down a bit more. There was a question about Areola and Fabianski. What would you do? I thought Fabianski didn't have his best of games yesterday. Would you say Areola or Fabianski?
You need to check your phone. The second goal. Hold on a minute. It's typing. We're just trying to.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Here we go. It could be like I'm still away. He's not though. So, Vlasic. What's going on with Lingard then?
I think Lingard will be fine. I think he'll still come. I really do. What were we saying there?
Well, breaking news. It seems that you are all well. It's not breaking really. So, Vlasic. Well. Another Premier League experience. Mandy, let's not be up Dawson. He had a lot of great games. I do agree, but he didn't have the. I mean, he got turned yesterday. I ask you for about the fifth time because the question was asked: Fabianski or Areola? I don't think Fabianski had the best of games yesterday.
I don't think he did, but I don't think he had the worst game ever. And I'm trying to go by the head of what Moyes will do. I don't think Moyes is ready to maybe. Well, do you know what? Still, we've got international break, so Fabianski's retired. But listen, what the key thing is, the next key thing I'm about to say to you, and let me just get this up before you move on, because this will have a telling factor, because we will see both, to be honest. And I'll tell you why I think we're going to see both over the next month. Because when we come back from the international break, we play Southampton on the 11th of September, Dynamo Zagreb on the 16th, Man United on the 19th, Man United on the 21st, Leeds on the 25th, Rapid Vienna on the 30th, Brentford on the 3rd. So we have got, in the space of a month, like 7 games in a month.
You and I will be without partners because we'll be doing watch-alongs and previews and reviews and other shows, and our partners will both walk out on us.
Just to bring you the content of the club that we all love.
There was something I was going to put up.
I don't believe that message just come in.
Wait a second, Gary. We're really sorry to hear the bad news.
Really sorry to hear that, Gary.
All our condolences to you. Let's see, what else have we got? Toby, hello, mate. How are you? Second goal looks scrappy live, but on TV it showed Dawson getting exposed. He was. Doesn't need to beat himself up about it. It was meant to be our 4th choice. Yeah, absolutely. And please don't get me wrong. I'm trying to be gentle. Gentle, but he got turned pretty easily. What else have we got here before we go? Clive, hello, mate. Good to meet you yesterday as well. Clive was there. So at the supports club, Zouma is a beast, according to my brother, who said that Zouma's form has really peaked in the last 2 years. 25 to 30 million is a good buy. And I've got a mate of mine, Bernie, who's a lifelong Chelsea fan, and I messaged him during the week last week and said, Zouma, worth it? And he went, absolute bargain for whatever you pay for him. And that's free the nipple, yeah, I agree. If Chelsea fans are saying he's an absolute bargain, and I think there are some Chelsea fans that are upset that that they've sold them a player like that to a rival who's going to be competing for Champions League.
Let me come on to Lingard for a second. A few factors we need to take into consideration. If you look at your phone just now, still, you'll see what's been said, whether or not I believe it. And I'm not saying I'm not being thingy, but I still think Lingard is a genuine option. I'll tell you why. He's been taken into the World Cup squad, and he will want to be in the World Cup. He's getting the World Cup qualifying squad, and he will want to be in the World Cup next year. He is not going to get game time. He is not going to get game time at Manchester United. I mean, I'm getting another message in from someone else that's telling me that it's going to be Lingard as well. So...
yeah. Well, will it be both?
Could you imagine they've done a double signing? Let's see. Exciting times. So Lingard is going to put what he's going to want to play, and I know there's going to be people are going to be saying, "Oh, well, Cristiano Ronaldo's back. He's going to be playing with wants to play with one of his heroes." But let's be brutally honest, mate. Lingard isn't going to get time at Man United, and it's been pretty much said. So I think it would be nice to expect 2 more minimum signings, and it looks like he's going all out for an attacking fortress. He's obviously confident still. Zouma is enough alongside Areola to cover that back line. He's obviously confident in the capabilities we've got defensively. And whether people like it or not, he's confident in Diop. He's confident in Ogbonna. He's confident in Dawson. He's confident in Zouma. There's the 4 centre-halves you need. He's confident in the youth that we've got. He's confident in Baptiste. He's confident in Coventry. And we've got a very good attacking outlet. And God forbid one of our players gets injured, and then you bring in a couple of more attacking players. Then what more can we ask for?
Yeah.
Still, something we didn't really cover. I know you have covered it before. Is this Zouma's strengths, what he brings to the side?
Yeah. So we talked briefly about it before, but this is the strength. This is what we're getting with this player. We know that David Moyes likes playing a high line, and we did do that yesterday as well, which means that you can press the opposition in their own half. And he's got pace. Zouma has got pace, and if you look at the way he's played, last minute tackles and time to perfection. When he sticks a leg out to sort of clear the line when a player is almost on one with the keeper. So that's good. And the one thing I do like is something that we actually need is providing decent cover for the fullbacks. I know you'd argue, well, that's what a centre back should do, but he helps the centre backs, but sort of break down the play, etc. and he's got very, very good long crossfield passing ability. 75% pass success rate. One of the best aerial duels success rates in the Premier League. Physical, aggressive. Someone did say, he doesn't command his. He's not good in the 18-yard box. I don't know if that was related to Zouma or Fabianski or something, but Premier League, Champions League, international experience. Averaging 1 interception, 4.4 clearances per game, etc. He's good. He's got good strengths. He's got good ability, good mobility. He will help us play that high line, and he'll help us recover because Ogbonna's not the fastest, so it's difficult for a player like Ogbonna to play the high line. I don't think Dawson's that type of player either. And one may argue that Diop may be good at that, but Zouma is a more all-rounded centre back that can help us play the high line, which is good. It's good.
Absolutely. Still, I mean, I can't help but feel like we may have to, I don't know, things could just get a little bit more crazy as the day goes on, or as the next couple of days go on. Just to let people know, the deadline day does finish on today's Sunday the 29th, so it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, and we are planning on doing a deadline day show. So please keep your eye out on the channel for the deadline day show. I think we've got a few people already said they're willing to do a mixture of joint hosting, all that sort of stuff. So we'll give you that on Tuesday. Then still, you're bringing the West Ham Weekly tomorrow evening.
Yeah. Yeah. I've forgotten. I really don't know what.
You don't even know what day it is.
I've had a long weekend. I've had Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday off. So yeah. I'll be doing the West Ham Weekly tomorrow. Yeah.
Cool. And then,
Billy, I'll be at the Southampton game. Unfortunately, Anton won't be. Your next game's Man United, isn't it?
Man United, yeah.
Yeah. Let's try and finish off with everyone's asking Vlasic. That's the news we're getting in. 25 million. So there you go. 25 million plus 30 million for Zouma. There's your 55 million. And then what? Are we saying Lingard? Because I'm told it was.
I'm going to put my neck on the line. I mean, when I say put my neck on the line, I'm not saying we are signing. I'm going to suggest that we may bring him in alongside.
Yeah, Matthew's saying the same thing. Vlasic close, and then Lingard as well. I mean, how do people feel? Here's a final question before we go. How do people feel about us not signing a striker but getting all these attack-minded midfielders in? How do people feel? Let's finish off with that while we go through the last few comments. Contact light. Lingard wants to be first team guaranteed. Who would you drop? Benny Fornals or Bone? Well, this is the question that I asked last week, and no one could seem to answer
but
it.
But I think it's a tough question to answer because we're going to.
It isn't. Well, no, exactly that.
No, because
exactly
we're
that.
playing so many games. So I don't know. Like, I think it would be naive for any West Ham fan to think that Benny will play every game, Fornals will play every game, Bowen will play every game, Antonio will play every game.
True.
Every game. And Rice, it's not going to happen. It's physically not going to happen in the amount of games that West Ham are going to play. So there is room in this squad for these players. And if West Ham want to progress still, we're going to need to have that quality of player in to be able to rotate, to offer the best possible chance that we can go as far as we can in the Premier League,
in all
League, and all competitions. And we can't just, it's changing our mindsets. We can't go, but you can't drop Benny. You can't drop Fornals. It's not dropping, it's resting. It's resting.
Yeah.
And it's rotating.
Mark, if we get Vlasic and Lingard outgoings, I mean, it's always been
no one's going out this.
Yarmolenko on the cards, but even that does. Yeah, even that's
not going, mate. Yeah, I don't think he's going.
Ken, Anton's turning into
sorry.
Ken, Anton's turning into a 14-year-old kid with signings, might be coming in. Don't worry, I'm the same. Most women have Valentine's Day. Most men have transfer deadline day. Are you on a deadline day? Well, we are. Yeah, Anton's. Yeah. What time is it until?
I don't know. I need to find out the time.
Good point, Matthew. Yesterday showed that our starting 11 struggled to beat the opposition. We need backup. I won't lie to you. When Lanzini and Yarmolenko came on, I wasn't overjoyed with it. I was like, yeah, I get it because that's all we've got. But it didn't look to me as if they would it didn't look to me that they were going to come on and win the game for us. I don't know what you thought, mate.
I see that point. But I still have to take the fact that we've got 7 points from the first 3 games. We're still sitting top of the league after 3 games. So yeah. I mean that's where I'm at with it, to be honest. So yeah, I'm cool. But listen, still, I do need to go. So if we're going to do a show, we can maybe do a show later on if there's a chance.
No, there's no chance I'm doing one later on.
Right,
so
okay.
I'll just finish off with the comments and then I'll go.
All right. Cheers, lads.
Okay.
Right.
Mark, Lanzini and Yarmolenko out. Well, I don't think Lanzini, but Yarmolenko maybe. Daniela, after the international break, we are going to have 3 games a week. We absolutely are. Anton alluded to it. P. Gads, both CP goals were on Dawson, but Rice was nearby, didn't do. Yeah, Rice didn't. We just weren't at it as much as we were against Leicester and Newcastle, to be honest with you. D.A. Crossman, Coventry should be coming off the bench, not Noble. I'd be inclined to agree with that. Jimmy, on the brighter side, has anyone noticed that Antonio's improved his left foot? What a goal. That goal yesterday was from his left. Assist from Ben Rama at Newcastle was on his left as well. Yeah, I mean, it was a fabulous goal. Good English Yardie, morning boys. Vlasic is close. Sky's reporting Zouma is a good player, guys. I'm kind of shocked, to be honest. Not so Tuchel doing over there, but Zouma is way better than Christensen. Yeah, but they're going for Koundé, aren't they? So maybe they think Koundé is a better player than. I think Zouma is going to be very, very good for us, to be honest with you. Rob, let's face it, he's by far the most improved player in the league. That was about Antonio. Daniela, got to go and help a friend Nagat. Have a good day to you, Daniela. I've got to go as well soon. Let's scroll down. Thomas, Lingard can play false number 9 like last season. Absolutely. Totally agree. Vinay, false number 9, don't need to play with a recognised striker. Agreed. That's the way Moyes is going to get us to play. Mandy, as long as they're capable of scoring, then we can be the new Man City. Absolutely. I mean, it's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting. GP, Benny can play as a striker. Some guy told me here on YouTube. Well, so can Bowen. So there are options. There are options about having the false number 9 with Bowen having done it for Hull, etc. Which is I'd be good with attacking midfielders. Yamo is a proven striker. Bowen can play there too. Lingard is a must. Well, let's see what happens because now it's all a bit confusing. Billy, we need. Remember, Bowen and Yarmo can do number 9 if supported with 3 attacking midfielders. Neil, how are you, mate? Maybe yesterday Rice was proving he's not worth 100 million. Well, one bad game doesn't mean that you're not 100 million, and he didn't have that bad a game, but I think the whole team just weren't at it yesterday. Jimmy, cheers, Rob. We don't need to drop anyone. We rotate to preserve fitness and energy. Absolutely. Rob, a good team must consist of 20 top players. Absolutely agree. Ken, everyone will get their game time. Father Snowman, been saying all along, we play false number 9, best system for us. Ryan, we'd rather bring in an out-and-out striker, but who is going to come to play second fiddle? Well, this is the interesting thing. A lot of people have been saying, don't mind having a false number 9. So, it seems that the false number 9 is much more favoured because traditionally, I remember when I was a kid watching football, there was always 2 up front. Always 2 strikers up front, a double act, the tall striker and the short striker, etc., etc. And we've been spoon-fed that for so many years. And now modern football is you almost don't need it. So long as you've got your team scoring, it almost doesn't matter where the goals are coming from. Adam, is Moyes bidding for Vlasic like he did with Johnson to get the Areola deal over the line? Is Moyes bidding for Vlasic like he did with Johnson to get the Areola deal over the line? Well, Areola's over the line. I don't understand. Sorry, mate. I didn't quite understand your comment. My apologies. Mandy Rice just doesn't like the burden of carrying a huge price tag. Was all. I don't think he really cares, to be honest with you. I think I don't think it allows it to bother him. Oscar, properly top striker are too expensive to go. So false number 9. Good point. Bernie, as I said, still, if Antonio is injured, I think Moyes will use Bone up front. I think he'll be happy with that. I totally agree. Ian, still can car share with Zouma. English Yardy, Moyes is building a good squad. Rome wasn't built in a day. We need quality in our squad, not quantity. We're being built the right way. You know what? 100% agree with that. You know, so whenever people are going, sign him, sign him, sign him, like sign who? Moyes is, you know, as frustrating as it is, Moyes is doing his due diligence, and he's taken his time to sign the right players, not just any player. And we as fans get frustrated by that. But we've got to admit, apart from his first stint at West Ham, Moyes has done very, very well in the transfers, hasn't he? Very, very well. Good afternoon, Mialo. Lingard and Vlasic will bring unpredictability. Teams won't be able to read our starting 11. Maybe Luca Pellegrini on loan would be a good transfer window. Luca Pellegrini. I don't know who that is, to be honest with you. Vinay, Yarmolenko did have a shot on goal. That would have flown in another day. You know what? That is a good point. And I'll tell you, when he took it on his left peg, we thought that was going to go in. Well, no, nowhere near. WHU, attack-minded midfielders who can score goals is the way to go. And defenders will find it difficult to mark them. Really good point. Jerry, hello, mate. I think Yarmolenko needs to be given a chance. He looked good in the Euros. I think he will be given a chance if he doesn't go, and he'll add to the depth in the squad. Mike, as long as we're scoring goals, that doesn't seem to be a problem at the moment. A designated striker is not a major concern. A lot of people are going with that. A lot of people are going and saying just that. We don't necessarily need a striker if we're scoring goals from all parts of the field. Jeff, still, could Moyes have identified an existing player to transition into a striker like Antonio? It probably is going to be Bowen. If anyone, when you look at the squad, it's probably going to be Bowen. And I can probably see if Bowen doesn't get subbed off. I know he got subbed off yesterday. You know, he wasn't having the greatest of games, but then no one was. So, it's quite likely that Bowen would be the sort of player that might be the transition into an Antonio type of role. Jimmy Cooney, cheers everyone. We're gonna win the league. Well, we're top of the league still. Hammers 11, good afternoon to you. What do you think of Noble becoming a director? I think that's a very, very good move, and I think that's something that it keeps the continuity of the tradition of the club, and I think that would be great. Mandy, Vlasic is due a medical tomorrow. You know what? I did a thing on Vlasic, to be honest with you. Do you know what I'm going to do? So bear with me 1 second, people. I'm going to see if I can bring this up, because Vlasic. A lot of people were saying, "Oh, Vlasic, no way! You know, he's not that great a player, etc., etc." But he's not that bad. So if you just bear with me, let me see if I can get it up. Where is it gone? Come on, Vlasic, where are you? There you are, mate. Let's see if we can download that. Download, and I'll bring you a bit of information about Vlasic. Let me see if I haven't already loaded it. Vlasic. Did I load it the other day? No, I didn't. Okay, so what I'll do is whilst this video is loading, I'll carry on with your comments, and then I'll play you a little video about Nikola Vlasic in a moment. Robert, West Ham under 23s 1-0 up against Chelsea. Greenish scores. Masuaku playing. Masuaku trying to get back to match fitness. Good to hear. Thank you for updating me on that. Steve Jones, all about competition, lads. Need to be kept on their toes. Will be like a beast to compete with Antonio. Come on, Porno Dwarf, get your money. Well, you know, not that I'm backing the board, but get your money out. Well, 30 million on Zouma, and quite possibly 25 million on Vlasic, and maybe still Lingard as well. So it looks like he might be getting his money out. Billy, Moyes having face-to-face with Lingard later, fingers crossed. Imagine both Vlasic and Lingard. Vaclav, how are you, mate? I hope you're well. Sorry that Slavia Prague didn't make it into the Europa League, mate. The Premier League summer 2021 transfer window, there it is. It's loaded, so let me bring that up. Let's get that going. All right, that's just loading into my chat here. So let's go back to comments. We'll be closed at 11 o'clock British Standard Time. So yes, okay, thank you. So we're going to be doing another late show. Rob, false number 9s with Lingard. Nice one, lads and lasses. Come on, you irons. So let's see if I've got that. Vlasic still not loaded. do forgive me. It does take a bit of time. Clive, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you, still, and pleasure meeting you as well, Clive. Thanks for spending some time of your chatting. My pleasure. I'll see you at another game really soon. I hope so, mate. Mandy, Clarence and Hugh reporting Vlasic having a medical tomorrow. Well, we've got a little story about that because the people that we were chatting to happen to be linked to Clarence and Hugh. So there you go. Has that loaded? Right, here we go. Let's give you a little video about Vlasic. So there you go, Nikola Vlasic. You know, some of the stats there. You know, he's not an out. I mean, people are going to go, well, not that many goals, etc. But look at last year's appearances for CSKA Moscow: 34 appearances, 12 goals, 6 assists for an attacking midfielder, which ain't bad. It ain't bad. Lingard alternative or in addition to Lingard, we don't know at this moment in time. I thought at the time that he might be a possible loan signing, but there you go. It looks like he might be a permanent deal for value at around £25 million. 23 years of age. He is still contracted to CSKA Moscow until 2024. Creative talent, aggressive player, not aggressive, as I've spelt there. Now, the understanding is, and from what the manager has said of CSKA Moscow, he's outgrown the demands of the Russian league. You know, he seems to be a cut above what the Russian league demands, and maybe a Premier League move is something that, or move back to the Premier League is something that he would relish. So he's got a little bit of Premier League experience, Europa League experience. He's Croatian international. You know, he's currently playing in the Russian league, and quite possibly, you know, with the way Moyes likes players that he has seen, and the fact that he's actually played in English football before in Premier League, maybe that the factor that Moyes is going, that's why I want him, and the fact that the CSK Moscow manager has suggested that maybe Vlasic is on his way, could be, you know, we're putting 2 and 2 together, and then we'll find out that he'll end up signing for Wolves or something. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that that's sort of escalated quite quickly. And I said earlier, what Anton and I were talking, we've got the Zouma deal out of the way. We now know how much we spent on that. Now, you know, Moyes knows how much he's got left in order to go out and buy other players. English Yardy, Zouma, good signing, loads of Premier League experience, 2 young French internationals, Diop and Zouma. That's brilliant. Let's hope Zouma can push Diop. I agree with that. Jimmy, and I didn't mean that for Rob. I messed up and didn't. I think still need to rotate. Didn't mean to. So you're talking amongst yourselves, but thank you for that. Ached Barley, appearing to go for another player to get the others. I think that means, I'm sorry, lads, because I'm so far behind on the chat. I don't really know. I'm not catching up with what you guys are saying. So my apologies. Billy, still, if you go to Yates at Saints, pints are on me. I know Yates is, and I won't lie to you, Billy. I do avoid it because it's a bit noisy in there, but thank you, mate, much appreciated. Ginger Pele, I think the guy meant, are we using Vlasic as a smoke screen to try and get a deal for Lingard over the line? Oh, I get you. Thank you now. Thank you for that. I don't know, because there's such a big push for Vlasic. I don't know. That might be. Yeah, good point. That might be a smokescreen. I think we'll know very, very soon, won't we? Mialo, the reports we asked Juve to loan Luca Pellegrini, left back. Right. You know what? I did. Right. Would love that because it would be very good cover for Cresswell as we have lots of games coming. That wouldn't be a surprise. And Moyes did say a loan deal as well. He's looking at loan deals. Do forgive me. I am scrolling down and trying to get through as many comments as possible. Vlasic, very dynamic player, can play anywhere up front. Is a very, very professional, hardworking, and a good personality as well. And that's what Moyes loves. So now I've got the comments that you were trying to make. You know, is Vlasic a smokescreen for Lingard? Could it be that both are coming? And then we got Luca Pellegrini. I won't lie. Luca Pellegrini, I've not heard left back, but we do need cover in that area as well. So who knows? Who knows? Let's scroll down. English Yardy. Vlasic is a good player. He will work his socks off. Box-to-box midfielder. Cover for Rice and Socek as well. Love those Croats. Scott, Moyes will not be having a face-to-face. That's called tapping up. Still, Luca Pellegrini is a young left-back. Very good cover for Cresswell. I think that would be great. I know we've got Ben Johnson, but I keep saying Ben Johnson is a right back. So I would rather see Ben Johnson covering for Soufal, sorry. And yeah, if we get another left back in on loan, that would be fantastic. How are you, Peach? I hope you're well. Luca Pellegrini is an upgrade on Masuaku. Mate, I'm an upgrade on Masuaku. Insane dribble of the ball and knows where the back of the goal is. Liam, DA. If we get Lingard, do we really need a £25 million player who might not even be good? Well, this is the thing. That's what people are asking. Is it a smokescreen to get Lingard in? What if it's both? I mean, I was told last night that Lingard is on his way. And now we're hearing that Vlasic is on his way and he's going to have a medical tomorrow. Could it be both? I think it might be a bit too much to expect both, to be honest with you. Who would I mind? Someone asked the question, Lingard or Vlasic earlier on. Vlasic, 23 years of age. Lingard, 28 years of age. You know, Vlasic is a future player. You know, might be a bit more expensive than Lingard, but someone that can build in the future. A lot of people would probably say Vlasic because of that. But then a lot of other people will say, well, Lingard, because we know what he can deliver. Jeff Hathaway, we should all be supporting Watford tonight to get at least a point against Spurs so we stay on top of the pile. Go on, Watford. Get in there. Cyber, still, there should have been a penalty when Bowen was fouled in the box. Plus, I didn't see you muppet. I was there, mate. Mandy, Lingard must be staying. We just don't know. We just don't know. Clearly, the next 2 days are going to be absolutely manic, aren't they? Are you near me still? Block H. I'm in, what, for Southampton? I don't know. I don't know what my ticket, I've forgotten what my ticket says. Very good stats for a 23-year-old that Moyes would love to work with from Mandy. Absolutely agree. Very good stats indeed. And they had a very, very, very good season last season. Jimmy, seriously, either one would be a great move. However, this will fill out the final attack wonderfully. Absolutely, absolutely. Got to get to the bottom because I've got a nice day ahead. It's a beautiful day out there. And the last thing I want to do is to keep you all sitting there watching me rabbit on about rubbish. Mark. The ages of these signings and potential signings is encouraging. With Lingard, we know what we're getting. He's at prime of his career. Okay, last question before I go. Vlasic or Lingard? Which would you, if it was one or the other, who would you want? Vlasic or Lingard? James, afternoon from sunny Cyprus. Zouma, great signing. We're going to Cyprus in October, mate. I don't care what bloody level they're on. Red, green, amber, I don't care. We're going to Cyprus for my other half's birthday. So tell me which part you're at. I'm sure you've told me before, and I do apologise for forgetting. My memory is like a sieve, mate. Bernie, so Lingard or Vlasic? If it was one or the other, Lingard or Vlasic, tell me who. Bernie, I still think we have 65 million transfers, so I think both will sign. Could be. Jerry, Moyes has done well with our Czech lads. Keep the faith. Absolutely. Lads and lasses. It's exciting times. It's exciting times. Vinay, a Croatian team was bought by a restaurant chain and they changed the name to English Yardy, Vlasic's good player. Also, he has Europa and Champions League experience, which is a plus. Also, he has a little bit Premier League experience. So, second time in Premier League. Yeah, I hope you watched the video. I hope you enjoyed that video we did on him. Jordan, I reckon Lingard will fancy a season with Ronaldo. What, sitting on the bench watching him play? That's what will happen. JWS, I got a 12-hour ban on Twitter when we announced Zouma. No man knows this much pain. Mate, count yourself lucky. You should just come off Twitter completely. I'll tell you what, I have a better life. Jimmy, sorry still. Cheers, everyone. Rob, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining, mate. What about the Coletta Car guy? I don't know. It looks like Coletta Car is going to Wolves, apparently. WHU, Stel, where do I buy the merch? This is a one-off. Well, it's not a one-off. It's a three-off because only me, Anton, and Russ have got them. But if you like them, we're more than happy to print off a few more. WHU, Lingard will be stupid not to come to us given his playing chances at Man U will be limited. It will affect his England chances for the next World Cup. I agree. We do have Zouma. He signed last night. Give me a bit of Vlasic. Lingard is so last year from Garino. Harry, Vlasic is unknown in the league. Not unknown. He did play for Everton. Didn't have the great time of it, but he's smashing it in the Russian league. And I know. People are saying Russian league, nothing like the Premier League. But he would prefer Vlasic. Jordan would prefer Vlasic. Yanka, Vlasic only because of his age. Rob, Lingard sits on United's bench till Christmas. Hammer, January window, cut price. You know what? That is a really good point. Quite a few people have said that. Peach wants Lingard. DA wants Lingard. Tony, Lingard. Liam, Lingard. Cyber, Lingard, more experience. Wow, Lingard from Mark. But both, please. So it's looking like Lingard is winning it. Harry need both to be. Yeah. Vlasic is for Pete Gads. Paralimni, that's where we're going, mate. Paralimni. So we've got to meet up when we go over there. Definitely, without a shadow of a doubt. Josh, Lingard already has a relationship with the team. He's proven himself. It was amazing last year. Vlasic or both. Vlasic over Lingard. It's 50-50. English Yardy wants Vlasic. Ray Deeble, Lingard. Neil, yes, Mad Max. Is Mad Max coming as well? Mad Max Vlasic. Wow. Thank you, Jimmy. Nice of you to join us, mate. Ginger Pele, Lingard, but depends on price. Vlasic, if Lingard is going to cost 25. I don't think Lingard will cost 25 mil. It's 50-50. It's 50-50. That's fantastic. ADZ, Lingard is already bedded in. He'll hit the ground running. Gaza, I reckon we sold Antonio. Cut out. That's why we got the money. That's it, people. Thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't hit the like button yet, there's still over 200 of you. So please hit the like button as you leave the YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us. There won't be another show tonight. There's no way I'll get away with it, and nor will Anton. But I'll be back with a West Ham Weekly tomorrow. There may be a West Ham Daily, almost definitely a West Ham Daily at some time tomorrow, because I think we're going to announce another signing. Yeah, thank you all for joining us. Have a wonderful Sunday. Have a great bank holiday, etc., etc. Still, have you heard of the young striker we called? Yeah. Thank you for that, Jordan. You weren't going to catch me out. Have a great day. Have a great Sunday, and see you very, very soon.